Greetings one and all, my name is Lancer and welcome back once again to Ahsoka. We're on episode 7 this week, the penultimate episode, man. And boy did a lot happen last week. A lot of good stuff. You know, we got reintroduced to Thrawn and Ezra. Ezra and his whole biblically accurate Jesus look. Thrawn has sent both Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll out to go and find Ezra, after of course sending Sabine to go and find Ezra. And of course eventually she did, and now all these storylines are starting to converge. Ahsoka and Hu Yang are on their way, and it all has converged into this episode now. And well, there's a fair amount to talk about, I'd say, so let's just get right into said episode. Okay, I hate this whole scene. I like that Chopper is part of her defense.
And you protected the New Republic by ignoring direct orders.
Yeah, this is all stupid. I like when 3PO comes in, though.
Why are you here?
Honored Chancellor, with respect, I am here on behalf of Senator Leia Organa.
I like that she's like, oh, 3PO. Because I guess, yeah, 3PO would be seen as a hero of the rebellion. I mean, to be fair, what kicked off this whole story in the very beginning is 3PO and R2. So without them just happening to land on the exact planet where Luke Skywalker is and also being bought by Luke and Owen, you know, we wouldn't be where we are now. I'm glad we got to see a little bit more of Hayden Christensen in this outfit, yes.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. General Grievous, Asajj Ventress, even Count Dooku.
Didn't face that one. I saw a funny thing once, just because Ahsoka faced Grievous before Anakin ever did, because, you know, the whole thing of, I thought you would be older. Like, I saw a funny comic that someone made where it's like Ahsoka talking to Anakin about Grievous, just like, yeah, he's super tall, and so that's why Anakin had the preconceived notion of Grievous being super tall. You're shorter than I expected.
So practice these forms often, or at least more than I do.
Yeah. It's kind of like the Ezra one that he has. Practice these moves mindfully and you'll see improvement. I like her new headband. Interesting. Can't wait to see that sold everywhere.
I would point out that you are assuming the Star Whales have brought us to the correct galaxy, let alone the same system or even the same planet where Lady Wren was taken.
I think the odds are pretty good.
That's what I've been saying this entire time. Where'd these mines come from? They just shot out from the ring thing? Jesus.
It would seem Ahsoka Tano is alive and well after all.
Here's everything the Inquisitor
Yes.
base had on her.
Her master was General Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
I kind of like he had like that moment of like, oh shit. For one, you know, Anakin has that reputation of being a crazy Jedi, but he also has Vader's reputation as well. You gotta remember in Rebels, like, Thrawn and Ahsoka barely missed out on interacting with each other. You know, at the end of Season 2 is when Ahsoka was taken out of the story, and then Season 3 is when Thrawn came in, so it makes sense that he wouldn't know about her.
You're quite right, of course. Jedi are very good at hiding. They've been practicing that for years.
I like that. One of my favorite lines from Rebels is when Thrawn was like talking about just, the theater of war. That's how he sees battles for the most part, just as like a theater. It's all just a stage play, and he's the director.
The Empire was defeated.
Battle of Endor.
The Emperor died.
That's what people say.
Motherfuckers. He died, supposedly. Like, what do you mean that's what people say, bro? He was on a thing that exploded. Well, I mean, yes, the Emperor died. Like, going into Rise of bullshit, like, yeah, it's a clone and undead crap.
I missed everything.
It's been a while.
Did you tell him about Jason?
But you know, getting home is kind of important.
Shut up, dude. There's too many lines in this where he says that.
Ahsoka took me on as her apprentice.
She what? Why? I mean, makes sense, of course. You trained a little before, back when I was first learning. I remember.
I like that they referenced that. I mean, she trained a little with the Darksaber, yeah. I like that.
Ahsoka.
I mean, the whole thing about him, it's like, is your bond that strong? It's like, does it need to be? I feel like it's just a power thing, just being able to speak through the Force. I mean, obviously people like Yoda and Obi-Wan were able to do it.
Contact the fighter group and have them re-engage the opponent.
I just love listening to him speak.
Kill Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger. Then take your place in the coming Empire.
Figured this was coming.
Your ambition drives you in one direction. My path lies in another.
It's kind of cool. I mean, I talked about that last time. It's just I feel like they're gonna split off. I mean, through their conversations last episode, became clear. It's just like she only cares about, like you said, like her ambition to, you know, be part of something bigger, which makes sense why she asked him about if he missed the order or not. Do you miss being a part of something greater? Weird little jump there.
This is a surprise.
I think this was a pretty good fight, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't have time for this.
That I know.
I just noticed, it's interesting how much he chokes up on, like, the ignition part of the lightsaber. To be fair, she's doing the same thing. It's like Ghost of Tsushima, the music.
It's your lightsaber, take it.
You keep it.
What?
I don't need it. Besides, you've been training.
I like that.
The Force is my ally. That's all I need.
Yeah, fuck you, Yoda. Don't need a lightsaber. Good stuff there. I love how he fights. I like how he's just able to dodge her. Okay. I liked that, obviously. Nice little Rise of Skywalker reference, that like effect of Force holding the lightsaber. It's cool that he's just kind of able to just avoid her. I mean, it kind of shows though, if he fought Balin, I think Balin would beat Ezra.
Can't defeat me.
I love his piano theme. Where are you gonna go next, Balin?
Don't you want to take us as prisoners? Prisoners. Or fire!
Nice. Oh, she's so much better. Balin, how'd you have so much faith in her?
I hope I survived long enough to see the outcome.
Don't say that. The Force is my ally. Takes blaster.
With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete. Ahsoka Tano has lost the one thing she could not afford to lose today. Time.
I like that with Thrawn, even though it's clear that like he's losing, quote unquote, he's always just got that little thing in the back pocket. Just like, yeah, we didn't succeed in defeating them, but we're still gonna leave, so.
I can help you.
Yeah, I feel like that's where her character's gonna go, maybe. Give her that option to choose.
Thought you were dead.
And miss this reunion?
Kind of crazy. Last time Ezra and Ahsoka ever saw each other was when they were in the World Between Worlds. Yeah, because didn't Ezra say something just like, I'll be sure to come find you or something? And, well, obviously, that never happened.
guys, getting a feeling. I think I might be going home after all.
You just had to say it. You just had to say it. You couldn't just wait. Could you? Fucking dumbass. So Ezra's gonna die. There's a couple ways it could go. It's either he's gonna die, which I think would be bullshit, because we just got him back. But then again, Disney Star Wars has been known to just reintroduce characters just to kill them off. Either that, or it's more likely gonna be that maybe they all get left behind here. I mean, I think it's ultimately gonna be that Thrawn gets back. Like, I want him to. I want the New Republic to be like, oh shit, we were wrong. I mean, we gotta remember, supposedly still, there's this big movie that's gonna tie in everything with, you know, Mandalorian and all these different shows taking place in this time. And what, it's gonna be some Avengers Infinity War type bullshit that we go into. I mean, for that though, it doesn't feel like Thrawn should be the main villain of that. Well, if he's the main villain of that, I think, yeah, that's fine. But it's just like, who else do they fight? Because it's clear like Balin and Shin by this point, they're pretty much done. Like, Shin's no match for Ahsoka, obviously. And Balin, though he's still powerful, he's going his own way. Who knows where that's gonna go? We got one episode left to this, and I imagine it's gonna end on a cliffhanger. I'm just gonna predict it. It's gonna end, they're gonna get right to where Thrawn is, and it's gonna be too late, and Thrawn's gonna take off. It's gonna end with like the end of Infinity War, where Thanos just sits and smiles. Just Thrawn smiling as he returns. I hope it goes that way, and I imagine it will, because then, you know what? I'm gonna predict this as well. Whatever this fucking mystery movie is, whatever the next thing's gonna be, I guarantee it's gonna be called Heir to the Empire. And it's gonna be that story, of course the Disney version. Thrawn's here, it's post episode 6, Luke's gonna come back, we're gonna do all this stuff, and I hope it's good. Either that or Disney's gonna Disney it, and we're gonna get an extremely short anticlimactic finale in which we defeat Thrawn. Obviously something's gonna happen here with Ezra, but unless they're just superseding stuff, which obviously they have been this whole time, you know, giving the fans those Easter eggs to have them just delve into these theories that ultimately go nowhere. Case in point, Morok, the Orabesh on Balin's thing that says like Luke, Han, Chewie, Leia, and all that literally doesn't mean anything. It's just there so people can lose their minds about it. So maybe it's a thing where they're doing this obvious shit with Ezra and then it's not gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a flip of how Rebels ended where Ezra sacrificed himself and then now it's gonna be that Sabine sacrificed herself or something. I don't know. Whatever happens, it's gonna happen. I feel like Thrawn has to come back because then that'll eventually lead at some point down the line to the First Order. I saw a meme as well where someone was like, how much you want to bet once Thrawn comes back? He's like, all right, now that I have reinstated myself as the leader of the Empire, the destruction of the New Republic will be my First Order. It's one of those things where it's just like you cringe hearing it, but then you realize how possible that actually is. But either way, this was the penultimate episode, episode 7 of Ahsoka. We've got one left. There has to be a season 2, right? I just feel bad though because obviously there's no Ray Stevenson unless they've filmed more. So I mean that could be a case of just everyone leaves here but Balin stays behind maybe. Who knows? I mean we'll know in a week and probably most of what I said will come to pass. Either way, thank you for joining me for this episode of Ahsoka. Join me next week for episode 8, the finale of season 1, as well as everything else that'll be coming out soon. Until next time, I'm Lancer. Thanks for watching. May the Force be with you.